Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Dinesh Goyal, Campus Director, Poornima Institute of Engineering and Technology. Before I welcome our honorable guest, I just take a few minutes to introduce my campus, which is Poornima Institute of Engineering and Technology, which was established in year 2007. We are just a 13-year-old institution, and in last 2 years, we have ensured that all of our programs are NBA and NAC accredited, and we are only institute in the Rajasthan state which has all the programs NBA accredited, and the institution is also NAC accredited. Our faculty members are working hard to deliver back to society in terms of evolving technologies and doing research. And we are fortunate enough to get grants of more than 50 lakh rupees in past 1 year. In fact, I should say 1.5 year, 18 months are free. The span goes for getting the grants of around 50 lakhs. In this pandemic, when all of us are suffering, worried about how our future will be, uh, uh, all the institutions across India are making efforts to use technology as a platform to share knowledge and to bridge gap between each other. I'll use the word technical harmony has been created amongst many peers, whether it's institution level or academician levels or industry members also coming into it. In the same series, we have Mr. Adarsh Parikh. I welcome him on the board today to deliver us a lecture on digital transformation. And I thank him for his valuable time. Before proceeding further, I'll just share a few thoughts of mine on digital transformation. We have seen our kids learning through online mode in this pandemic. Lots of payment being done through portals like Paytm, PhonePe, and other platforms. Teachers themselves learning through Coursera and Udemy and many platforms. So technology has made us survive in this thing. We are able to make contactless payments. E-commerce platforms are available to deliver goods at our places. So this digital transformation, which started in around 2005 2010, has been able to bring us to a level where we can survive even this pandemic, and we are not supposed to go out of house for 80 to 90% of the daily routine activities. Of course, you can't stay back from buying vegetables and groceries for your home, but still, even those are delivered through. There are many e-commerce platforms are available. Others will bring more light on that, and he will agree on me on this point that even 80 to 90% services are available today online, and especially after evolution of cloud computing and then a new term which is rising globally and now is blockchain technology again, making more secure transactions and all. So in future, we can stay home and study, complete our degrees also. This time may come in next 20 years. We may not see banks in physical mode. We will be traveling to banks through web portals only. With this all, I again welcome Mr. Adarsh Parikh, and I request hand over the baton to him to please enlighten us for next 1.5 hour on digital transformation. Welcome, Adarsh.
Thank you, Dinesh sir. First of all, it would be great pleasure for speaking Poornima Institute of Engineering and Technology, Jaipur. I have prepared a presentation for today's webinar, and I would like to share it. Let us talk today. So Dinesh sir rightly said that, today's era is a digital transformation era, and of course, education industry is also trying to, using the couple of platforms of digital for digital transformation, like digital payments, and the classroom becomes now virtual classrooms, and In fact, a couple of webinars I have personally delivered for a couple of universities, right? So our intention is to, bring awareness to the people, who really want to contribute to the society. And, we would like to see the couple of new upcoming areas, let's say AIML or blockchain or RPA or big data analytics or IoT. And so how these technological fundamentals make people confident, and what kind of new products or services we can expect from the young youth, so and they can submit their ideas to the industry. And couple of incubation centers nowadays are doing lot many good things, which I can see during COVID-19 as well. They have a couple of products ready as well to survive in the industry as well. So let's talk more on these. Let's share my knowledge to all the people, and feel free to ask me any questions, right? At the end of the session, we will talk a lot more on your questions and how to start a POC and how to work on the product and the service and everything, right? So digital transformation, in the screen you can see that, so we work in AIML, RPA, that's robotic process automation, big data analytics, IoT, and blockchain technology. Now let us understand. So I have around 15 years of experience in product engineering services. I have worked on mostly project architecture part, which is quite complex part. So, I would like to make my knowledge and utilize those knowledge into project architecture phase first. And then, I help work with the team on product designing using various technologies. Specialization. So I have a specialization mostly on video analytics, embedded in IoT boards, and design personally boot level firmwares as well. I was invited as a keynote speaker for Vibrant Gujarat 2019 on smart cities. IEEE keynote speaker for various universities across India. Invited for various panel discussion member at HR Conclave organized by KSP University. Invited for panel discussion member at PDPU, which is a Pandit Dindal Petroleum University, again in Gujarat, on Industry 4.0. And of course, I used to hire people from various, by organizing campus drives across India. And we used to hire people from DY Patil, BITS Pilani, Adani, PDPU, and many more colleges. And specifically for MBA, we go to Symbiosis, Pune. So now let us understand. So I work closely. By giving this, I would like to say that I am closely attached with the academia, although I'm working in industry since so many years. But yes, I'm connected with them. I know how we can work together, and what are the areas where we really jointly work together to move ahead in digital transformation. So in the presentation you can see that the firms that have already implemented digital transformation. So one is General Electric, Porsche, Pitney Bowes, Kaiser Permanent, John Deere, Domino's, Bosch, AIG, Carnival Corporation, Disney Parks, and many more. You just go through the logos of various brands and you must be thinking how these companies are utilizing their services or make their products better and better every day to increase their ROI, that's a return on investment, to improve their quality, what they are delivering to the customer, right? And ultimately they are gaining name, fame, and money in the market. So these are very popular brands in the across the globe. And now a couple of companies are already working on digital transformation, fundamentals, that how we can provide some sort of services or products in that, and what kind of technology we should use over here. So going further, AI ML is a very innovative, technology which everybody wants to work nowadays. So artificial intelligence is the ability of machines to seemingly think and learn just like a human brain. It enables machine to learn by themselves using the provided data and make accurate prediction. So people, come with us, with a lot of concepts that, I'm good in Python, I'm good in, the TensorFlow. But my major question is that, are you good in data structures first? Are you good in mathematics first? Because my personal experience says that, in AI/ML, we should focus the core fundamentals of maths, and then we should also have a knowledge of data structure, because data structure is really important when you design any algorithm. So, so Python is just one language, or if you're working with R, it's just a language. But yes, if you are not good in mathematics and data structure, probably you cannot design a good algorithm in machine learning. So believe me, you should start working, or you make your fundamentals first clear on data structures, and try to develop as much as depth you can go. And then work on Python language, because Python is okay, but again, you have to go in depth of Python as well. You should design the functions, you should design your own libraries, and that kind of fundamentals you should create when you are working in Python. The machine learning tools, if we talk about, so TensorFlow is very popular nowadays. Everybody is working in TensorFlow as a tool. And of course, it's very easy to use as well. You can say it's not used only in the industry, but academia, they are also using the same tool. So currently in my presentation, I would like to highlight a couple of tools and technologies, the programming, and of course, I have personally designed some sort of flow that in AI/ML, what kind of flow you should focus, so that you can actually get into it and you can start making your own products or services based on that. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning basically, and it's very complex one, right? And Keras and PyTorch are the two platforms available for this working on deep learning, right? So AI/ML, going further, the applications of AI/ML, you might have seen the applications of image processing, text analysis, data mining, healthcare segment, video games, and robotics. Now, we will discuss one by one on image processing. So you can derive, or you can design application on image tagging, image recognition, OCR or optical character recognition. Self-driving cars is another example of image processing. Nowadays, you have seen, let me give you one example. You have seen couple of videos where, where you, on every crossroads, we are seeing the capability of capturing your number plate. So if you do any mischief, or by mistake, if you cross the line, they automatically capture the number plate, and the same number plate, based on that, they are getting your data, your name, home address, everything, and automatically the challan is generated and it reaches to your home. So this is the one of the best example. You can see that, the best example is this. Another example, let's say talking on text analysis. So spam filtering, sentiment analysis, and information extraction. These are the, again, you see the couple of emails, right? And then you have to filter it out, that, whether it's a spam, or what kind of words make it spam, right? So you can easily identify by your algorithms, and you can do it easily. Another example or application is data mining. So anomaly detection, association rules, grouping, predictions, everything can be done easily with the AI/ML. And the healthcare segment, the medical diagnosis, imaging diagnosis, oncology, drug trials. So this can be also possible with AI/ML. Video games, so you might have seen the couple of videos on YouTube as well. So they are specifically using the reinforcement learning, right? So there are two types of learning basically, and one of the learning is called reinforcement learning. So in the video games, they are specifically using reinforcement learning. And the robotics, so of course, so again, when you go to various manufacturing industry, you see robots basically, and those robots are not just only line following robots, but yes, they have a capability of understanding where to pick up and where to drop the items. And of course they can sense if they have a congestion on their path, or if there are any, so they can understand, right? So it works like a similar to human brain as well. So this is the another example of AIML. It's beautiful example of, in fact, right? And the human simulations also can be application of AIML. Few top AIML projects you can say, right? So few names which I remember, it's one like sentiment analyzer of social media, identifying product bundles from sales data, a music recommendation system, sales prediction of Big Mart, Walmart sales forecasting. Similar way we can also do for NSC or BSC sales forecasting as well. Disease occurrence prediction and stock price prediction. So we just have to put the data in such a way that they can create some sort of output or prediction for us, and that's how this projects takes place. So these are the few common projects which are very famous in AIML industry. We are specific into AIML because as a Silver Touch, I'm working for Silver Touch. So, they have a design a specific flow as well, because 90% people ask us the similar kind of query, that how to start with, because that's a very basic question, how to start with. So we have already defined a path for them, and now we have, I have captured in my presentation as well today, so that it would be very easy for everyone to understand. So if you want to make your career, or if you want to really grow in AIML, the base is data science tool and data analytics. For that, you have to work on Python and maths, as I rightly said, data visualization, data analysis, and various libraries, tools. So I'm not going in depth, but yes, let's go quickly by this. Machine learning 1 and 2, where again I'm talking on maths, where linear regression, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, advanced regression, tree boosting. So these fundamentals are very useful. When we talk on image processing, we talk on computer vision, we talk on object motion detection, and some pre-trained models, and then TensorFlow. Uh, then once you are confident working on image processing, then you can go in NLP and deep learning part, where you can do lexical, syntactical, and semantic processing, and a couple of models we can do, or neural networks you can do over here, and you can develop ethical and legal considerations in AI. And last part is reinforcement learning and graphical model. So this is the flow. If you go with this flow, you definitely make a successful product, or you can definitely derive some sort of services for your customers, or at least you can design for your engineering projects as well. One major challenge, what I would like to describe here, my personal experience, is that people develop lot many projects in AIML, but accuracy is a concern for us, because when you sell your product or service to someone, the person is immediately asking what kind of accuracy you are having. Giving you the best example in this COVID-19, industries are not asking their employees to put fingerprints on their biometric machine, but yes, they do nowadays on image processing algorithms. So when some employee gets in, so immediately they scan, it's an automatic camera, they scan and automatically they marks as a in. Okay, and when employee goes out, again there is another camera, or with the same camera we can put as a going out. So with this, it's automatically in and out, right? And we can immediately capture it. But now the question comes to what kind of camera accuracy, what kind of algorithms you have designed such a way that it gives you almost, you can say, very good accuracy. And the very good accuracy means, you can say, in AIML, to be very honest, it's around 97% and above, right? Because 100% accuracy would be too difficult. But yes, if you are achieving a 97% or 90% 98% or 99% accuracy, that could be considered as a good, good solution or good architecture what you have designed. So whenever you design any product on AI/ML, whether it's image processing, whether it's a text recognition, or whether it's OCR, whether it's for medical, or whether it's for your own purpose, you always try to make sure that you are getting a better accuracy, and then focus on optimization of the code, because initially when you are writing your own code, you may have written it very long, so try to make it very crisp, very clean, and try to make a logic such a way that the single line can serve at least three operations in a single line. So that kind of I always tell my team to work like this way, because accuracy and optimization is very important, because again, we are dealing with some sort of hardware as well in the back end. So if our code is optimized, we you can say the CPU utilization reaches not 100% every time, because if your code is not optimized, then CPU utilization may reaches to 100% and the system may not work well. So our intention, and that's why I'm giving you a guideline, that if whenever you design the code, it should be an optimized code. Before launching the product, always feel that your code is optimized, accuracy is very good, and it is successfully running on various machines, not only one machine. Many people used to forget, and they check with only one machine, and then when they try to do it on the second machine, it gives a couple of errors, and it's not working well. So I'm just sharing my experiences in between as well while talking on technology. Another digital transformation solution technology is big data and analytics. As the name refers, big data. So where we are talking on large set of data, right? And where you can imagine, let's say, government office, or any sort of unmanaged data, and you're trying to get the exact information. That's called analytics over here. So let us just read. Big data analytics offers a nearly endless source of business and informational insight that can lead to operational improvement and new opportunities for the companies to provide unrealized revenue across almost every industry. Big data and analytics helps in knowing errors, implement strategies, cost saving, and keep up with the customer trends. Today's more, I would like to give a brief that what kind of tools and technology we should use while working in big data analytics. So the most popular is Hadoop actually, right? Which I should put first. The most popular is Hadoop, and the CouchDB and MongoDB, OrientDB, ArangoDB, Apache Zookeeper, Apache Sbase, Redis. So these are the supporting players, right? And you should start working with Hadoop if you are really interested to work on a complex projects basically, or if you are really interested in analytics side. I would like to give again applications on big data so that we can understand it much better. So first is very important, retail segment. That's a consumer segment. See a big data application in terms of merchandising and market basket analysis, campaign management and customer loyalty programs, supply chain management and analytics, event and behavior based targeting, market and consumer segmentation. So out of all this, if you just imagine supply chain management, it may be within your state, it may be within your country, or it may be a global, right? So in supply chain, lot many people are involved, lot many products are involved, lot many services are involved, different price tags, different features. You may bifurcate it with the types, or different kinds of discounts you are offering, discounts for different kinds of customer database you have. So it's a huge database, right? I can imagine like this way, or it can give you this example of Excel sheet with a huge data, and where you are trying to filtering out and getting the specific information what you want to achieve. Similar way, you can see the finances and fraud services, web and digital media, health and life sciences, telecommunication, e-commerce and customer service. So I would like to focus here more on e-commerce and customer service because nowadays every industry has a customer service, right? And e-commerce, everybody knows that how e-commerce is popular nowadays. So here, the cross-channel analytics is there, event analytics, recommendation engines using periodic analytics, and right offer at the right time, and next best offer or next best action. So everything you have to you have to predict or you have to define on a large scale of data, and that's how you can see a big data applications are very useful in each industry where the large data set is available. But believe me, big data is a little complex to work with, right? If you are it's if you go through the chart what we have designed is based on our understanding. So we suggest people that before moving into big data analytics, there are certain prerequisites like OOPS fundamental, data structures and algorithm, RDBMS, SQL, Java, Scala. So these are the prerequisites. If you are not good in OOPS and if you are not good in data structure or RDBMS, or you have to understand the Hadoop framework, because Hadoop framework is a kind of distributed computing environment, you can say. And inside that, you have to learn Hive, HBase, Uzi, Ambari, right? So these are the couple of things what you have to see, Zookeeper. And ETL is also there, but it's a batch processing with the Hadoop, and data ingestion using Scoop and Flum. So this is more on basically working with the database and getting the right set of data. Big data analytics with the Spark. Spark is another tool basically, which so analytics using Spark SQL basically. It's again tool. But for specifically, if I'm talking, so big data is considered to be a complex technology, right? But when you work in digital transformation, always each product or services ends with a large customer database, large services. So you must have sufficient knowledge then how to work with big data and analytics as well. Very interesting and very popular across everywhere. I can see that people have started working in IoT because IoT is a booming market, right? So I especially work in IoT since so long, and I would like to give a couple of my own examples as well in IoT. So let us understand how IoT is really useful. So it's all about talking, it's all about taking all the things in the world and connecting them to the internet. IoT is simply a network that connects the object and collects the data. The word IoT has two meanings: internet, which is a backbone of connectivity, and things means objects or devices. Everybody must be agree with they have started working on some sort of Texas Instrument boards, whether it's Arduino board or Raspberry Pi board or NVIDIA Jetson Nano or many other evolution boards, right? So that's called device hardware. So this is a brief, overall architecture that how IoT solution look alike. So device hardware comprises of any evolution board or any customized board or PCB, whether you design PCB using Orchid or using Allegro, it's up to you. But the customized PCB takes place in the phase 2. When you get a success with the evolution boards in POC, that's a proof of concept, then on the next stage, you design your own PCB or customized PCB based on your requirements, where you have a limitation of the size of the PCB, or where you can remove some sort of GPIOs and you have inserted only those GPIOs or interface only those parts which are really in need of your project. So in industry also, we use the same. We prefer some sort of evolution boards which are readily available in the market. It may be small, it may be huge, yes, but yes, it's easily available in the market, and we try to develop POC first. Once the POC is successful, then we try to work on the PCB part, that how we make it, customized PCB for our own branding, for our own purpose, or maybe specific to the customer, where they can engrave their name or something like that. So it might be possible, but in the stage two. So in this stage one, we are more focusing on working the entire cycle of IoT successful. So we use the ready-made board, then we dump a OS on that, which is again a ready-made OS, which is supported by either TI platform or NVIDIA platform or any other platform. So they support ready-made OS. And then we try to interface the various sensors, and that's how we are gathering the data. And of course, communication is very important over here because internet is the backbone. So we have a good skill set of working on various protocols like I2C protocol, SPI protocol, MQTT is another protocol. So you have to be very good understandable, very good architecture, and that how these protocols really help us in your entire cycle, and you have to use it actually in your project as well. And then we talk on cloud platform, because cloud may be a open source, or nowadays very popular cloud is Microsoft Azure or AWS services. That's Amazon Web Services. So these are the two popular clouds. Whether the person is from electronics or whether it's person from IT, we suggest everyone to have a basic understanding on that, how to push your data into cloud, and then how to retrieve the data from the cloud on remote applications, which are basically cloud applications, right? So as a EC or electronic students also, electrical students also, you should have nowadays a basic understanding of designing web application, which you can easily do, or you should have an understanding of designing Android applications, because when you get the data remotely, you need some sort of GUI where you can put the data and you can see the entire cycle is, end-to-end cycle is happen. So this is a brief architecture on IoT, that how it look alike and what kind of things are involved and how to work with them as well. Now, a couple of industries are using, application point of view. So major one is manufacturing industry. Smart cities, I would like to give a specific examples on smart cities, because I worked one project on smart city. So smart lighting is one of the best example, where we have used the LoRa protocol, basically specifically, which has a higher range, and that is how we operated. We try to save electricity as well as per government norms, and home automation is very popular nowadays. But the major challenge in the home automation is that the people have already built their homes, right? Say, no, the entire lighting and everything and wiring has to be changed, you will not accept my product simply, or I will not accept your product if you design that kind of product in home automation. So in home automation nowadays, the people are designing plug and play solution, right? So which you can easily fit in your existing board of electric boards, and you can make the entire home as a smart home, or you can operate it on your mobile phone or tablet or at your fingertips basically. So we suggest people to work more on designing plug and play solutions, right? That's more effective to sell it in the market. Another example is logistics. So in logistics, where you say that when you say that very important material or fuel is transferred in a truck from Rajasthan to Karnataka. So you must want to have a track that how much liter fuel he has delivered to which place, and you need accuracy in your fuel or whatever the material you are transferring. So it can be easily done now, because nowadays people are in their truck or whatever the machine, they are loading machine basically. They have VTS, that's a vehicle tracking system, as well as inside where they kept the fuel or milk or any other material, they have installed some sort of sensors. So they are getting the accuracy, and everything can be monitored from that director or the owner mobile phone as well. So you cannot modify the data, it's not in their control as well. Another example is agriculture industry, because and nowadays everybody's smart farmers, everybody's talking on smart farmers. So uh, s- farmers have become now smart farmers, and how it can be possible. So you can design some sort of devices which can be installed on farms, and on the farm you can install this device. It's a kind of sensor based device which gives you a soil temperature, humidity, and the rain prediction, everything. You can do it, and you are transferring that data to a farmer's mobile phone or tablet. So nowadays, farmers can also predict that in this temperature or humidity, I should grow this kind of crop, which is really useful for me. And they can have a rain prediction as well. So and if you have a huge farm, you can install the similar devices, and you can create a mass topology over there. And again, you can achieve better accuracy, and you can get good results as well at the end. Another industry is environment industry nowadays on all airports across India. You are seeing that they are having a air quality monitor they have established. So it's nothing but environmental parameters checking, and they work based on sensors, and that's how it's just a display in the back end. It's a sensor based PCB what they have connected, and they are getting the real time data, and they are pushing it into their front LCD or LED. Energy sector. So in energy sector, you must be aware that smart metering is another example of working in IoT industry. So a couple of large industry nowadays design their own smart meters, smart energy meters you can say. And in fact, again, still we suggest, or my personal opinion is, if we can design some sort of plug and play module in that also, that really makes sense. And the existing meters can be made automatic meters as well. So that's a requirement of the market, and everybody is working hard to get it done. Smart building, when you Google it out, the smart building, one of the good example is Gift City, which is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, right? So here we have seen, or the government has designed one building that's called smart building. But yes, of course, nowadays when you design a home automation product, the entire building can be a home automation or smart building as well. That is not a big thing, because ultimately you are working with the hardware, you are working with the data and the sensors, and that's how you are getting data remotely on your computer or laptop or tablet or mobile, right? So IoT, what kind of flow we suggest, not syllabus, just flow. So one is a Linux as operating system. So you should be very good in Linux platform. Then again, we suggest people to work on C programming, data structures, OOPS fundamental, and then working on IoT applications where they can initial work with the ARM or Arduino, and they can do some sort of serial interfacing, LCDs, sensors, and then they can work on Python scripting. And then Texas Instrument has again boards called Raspberry Pi, so you can work with the Raspberry Pi where you can design your own OS as well. You can work with the various GPIOs. You can interface the maximum devices, or you can try to attach some additional board as well, communicate between them, and that is how you can do a cascading as well, which is again industry requirement, right? As we discussed that SPI I2C protocols are very important protocol. Camera sensor interfacing, you have to be know. Wi-Fi node MCU is another small, Wi-Fi based basically controller. So start exploring how to work with Wi-Fi node MCU as well. And once you design a complete product, then security plays a major role, right? So you have to make sure that your cloud is a secured one, your data is a secured one. No one can enter into it unless and until they have the password. And the password should be very unique as well. So it's an entire cycle that how you should start working into IoT. So start working with Linux, then C, DS, OEPS, and then the couple of boards, and then programming Python, and then you work with BLE, and then security part as well. Now, going further, another technology which is called blockchain technology. As we discussed in the starting, Dinesh sir is also talking more on blockchain. Specifically, I visit a couple of countries and across India. So I see that people have very less interest in blockchain, right? They must be not knowing exactly, or they are not don't want to work in this, but don't know. But very less popular technology is blockchain, and as an industry person, when I go for recruitment, it's very challenging for me that we are not getting good people, or people don't have fundamentals clear that how blockchain technology works, right? uh, so blockchain has a very interesting features, and let's talk on features and how to start working in blockchain as well. So let me read out for you. So blockchain is a chain of data which is encrypted, which records digital transactions. The blockchain is an append only transaction that is connected to the network to get decentralized ledger, and there is no centralized database in the blockchain that ensures that no individual in the system uh, that has to modify the data. So the major important part is the last one. There is no centralized database in the blockchain that ensures that no individual in the system has the power to modify the data. So very important. And the couple of tools and technologies I have identified. So Hyperledger is the most popular tool used for blockchain. 97.6% people use blockchain using Hyperledger, and 92.3% people prefers Ethereum to work in blockchain. Rest all tools, EOS.io, Parity, Multichain, are less popular as per survey. Now, talking more on application, so which gives a real understanding for us. So you should start working designing on smart contracts. So smart contracts are the best examples or applications for blockchain, and people really need it. Uh, if we talk about African region, if we talk on European and similar to Mexico and US, so these people are already doing the transactions and everything in Bitcoins, because for them it's illegal. In India also, the Supreme Court has already announced that nowadays it's illegal. But yes, we as a developer, or whether you are from any background, you can work in blockchain technology easily. So people are using smart contracts for digital rights, gambling, and escrow. Securities we use for equity, private markets, crowdfunding, and derivatives. For record keeping purpose, we use this for loyalty program, supply chain, ownership, proof of identity, and intellectual property. And last, and which you might heard, is digital currency and fraud reduction. So e-commerce, global payments, remittance, P2P lending, and microfinance. So blockchain is very popular people are really interested to work in this field. And and you can also start working in this field by doing some sort of small size smart contracts, generating a smart contracts. How you should start work? So initial, you have to be little understanding on JavaScript, and then you can work on Node.js, and then you can creating the Ethereum on smart contracts you can develop with based on that. And then you can work on Hyperledger. So Ethereum and Hyperledger you should start working, and you should follow the basic thumb rules in the blockchain by designing that programming part or designing their smart contracts. So it is very popular, and this is somewhat our experts have derived, that how to work in blockchain as well. I personally suggest people to work in this technology that is called RPA. Those people who don't want to do much coding or who's very less interest in coding, so RPA would be a perfect platform for you. As the name suggests, RPA, it's a robotic process automation. So it's a process automation tool, right? In the process automation, RPA refers to the software that easily perform the basic task just as workers do. It is an innovative technology which automates business processes. Let me give you one example. When you go to bank for opening a new bank account, right? The manager will give you a form which you have to read it. 90% still banks use it manual process. Consider like this way, just for this example. So we do it manually. We write our name and email ID and everything. And consider, banks have a lot of holidays, public holidays. So your application will take another 3-4 days of time to open a bank account. But the process is very simple, right? So we can automate this process with the help of RPA, where RPA is very useful when the source and destinations are fixed. You know that you have to copy the data from A, and you have to copy data A and put it into B. So it's very simple job, right? The kind of data entry operator. So it's very simple job that they are copying the data from multiple invoices, and then they are putting it over there in the ERP in the backend, and they are generating the ledger at the end of the day. So this is very boring job, and there is no creativity. Again, the efficiency of a human is not 100%. So we may have to face some sort of errors and challenges over there. So, but if we utilize RPA in all those process, we are getting almost 99% accuracy, by utilizing this RPA. Even these tools claim more than 100%. But yes, we can see that in real time, our cases in industry, we have achieved almost 98-99% accuracy, where we have implemented for large scale manufacturing industry, or let's say ERP, IT industry specifically, where they have multiple in and outs of data. And we have reduced the complete human work over there. So we can utilize human brain for another, productive activities, because this copy pasting activity doesn't make sense for anyone, right? So that's how, let me read it for has scaled up to become the fast growing offering in every business domain, offering automation and support from assembly lines to customer query handling. So as I we have three tools. One is Automation Anywhere, one is Blue Prism, and one is UiPath. These are the major players in RPA segment. If we talk about specific Automation Anywhere, they have their own university which provides completely free of cost courses which you can enroll, and we can start working into Automation Anywhere field, right? Here, no programming knowledge is required to work in RPA, right? As a digital transformation company, we suggest people to start working in RPA, because RPA is the base. If you are comfortable with RPA, you can work in any other technology later on. So RPA is very easy to technology to get into this process as well. So as we discussed, a couple of business processes in which RPA can be used. So it take over repetitive tasks that employees carry out 50, 60 times a day. Periodic reporting, data entry, data analysis can be done by RPA. Mass email generation, archiving, extraction of data can be done by RPA. Conversion of data formats and graphics. But when you know that, you have to convert data from dollar to rupees every time, and you have to generate based on that graphics. Okay, it can be done with the RPA. And ERP transactions can be done with the help of RPA, which is a major advantage for manufacturing and large scale segments. And another example is process list and file storage. When you know that you have to copy the data from this folder to the cloud as well, or from PC to this folder and the cloud as well. So vice versa, you can also do it once you set up a rule as well. So in RPA, let me give you a brief. You are writing some sort of piece of code, right, which is called a bot, basically, which is called IQ bot. It's an intelligent bot, and where the source, destination, what kind of work he has to do, everything is predefined. And when you run the bot, it automatically start working, and then putting data from A to B, putting data from A to multiple places at the same time, and with the higher accuracy as well. But the constraint of RPA is that once you design the IQ board, your format has to be very predefined. You cannot change the format. So format has to be finalized first, that because it gets the data from that particular location only. It reads the entire form, and if you want to just take a phone number of one person and the name, so it will collect only two information from a specific location, name and phone number. And let's say in the next form, if you change the location of phone from this row to some other row, the entire data would be it would not give you a correct value. So here the forms, where the forms are fixed, right? Your work would be very much fast and predefined. So it has to be predefined fashion, basically. So that's the limitation of RPA, that every form or every information, what from where you are taking the information, has to be predefined. Robotic process automation, what plan we suggest people, that you understand first automation anywhere fundamentals from the automation anywhere university, then understand what is web control room, what are the clients, how to record, and then you start working with initial Excel automation, right? So once you're confident with the Excel automation, then you work on and here you are creating your own bot, basically, and you are making automation of Excel sheets and string or structured data. Once you design a bot, then the next level, that's called meta bot. Basically, it's a kind of IQ bot, intelligent bot nowadays, which is a complex bot. And in that bot particularly, you are trying to work on multiple things actually at the same time, right? And which takes a longer time for putting the data from one place to another place. And last is nothing but web control room, that's called WCR. So how to work with the web control room, because when you have multiple bots working for you, you need a control room where you can see the entire activity of their accuracy and their task start date, start end date, everything you can predefine with the web control room as well. So by looking at these all PPTs, we come to an end that we understand the technology, that how these 5 technologies plays a major role for digital transformation. Now, digital transformation, what does it mean? So let us understand. So digital transformation is the process of using digital technologies to create new or modify existing business process, culture, and customer experience to meet changing business and market requirements. Digital transformation marks a radical rethinking of how an organization uses technology, people, and process to fundamentally change the business performance. Digital transformation encourages business to reconsider everything, including traditional ideas of doing business. So, in short, if we sum up, digital transformation works with technology, people, and process to make higher ROI, to get higher product value and higher returns. uh, People have still questioned who can be a part of it. So anybody, for us, anybody can be part of it. We have still mentioned a couple of branches and all, but anybody can be a part of it. There is no restriction, right? And a beautiful quote: worldwide spending on technologies and services that enable digital transformation will reach nearly $2 trillion in year 2022. It's already begun actually, because by this COVID, everybody is doing nowadays digital payments, and emails are nowadays. Lot many people, earlier days they were not using much emails, but nowadays they are using emails. A couple of platforms for video conferencing, right? In fact, we are using Zoom. Similar Webex is there. Microsoft is already there. Even Gmail is also nowadays supporting. WhatsApp is supporting with the video. So people have increased, all these digital parameters to use. But when you go to any specific industry, then we can think of how we can make the traditional processes into an automated one, or with a higher accuracy, with the higher speed. And that's how AI/ML or IoT or RPA or this blockchain or big data takes place. These five technologies we have identified in such a way that each technology fuels each other. They are connected with each other somehow, right? So every team must be different, but yes, they are connected with each other, right? So it's called like they are fueling each other. The major benefits of digital transformation is improved efficiency and flexibility, says improved customer satisfaction, continuous improvement, reduce risk, foster a digital culture, reduce cost, update skill sets and knowledge, reduce operating cost, strengthen and enhance your brand. So these are the various benefits. If you start working in any one technology, these benefits, right? It may be any one from this or all of them, right? Now, every coin has two sides. It's rightly said, right? So we discussed a couple of challenges with specific tools and technologies. But the overall digital transformation top five challenges are employee pushback, because when you start working on new things, people may accept, may not accept, right? So that may be a issue, or that may be a challenge for you. Lack of expertise to lead digitization initiatives. As we started the conversation, I rightly said that people, industries like us are always struggling to find the right talent in a specific technology, right? So RPA is very latest word for education. Blockchain is still very latest word. IoT, somewhat people are experienced and familiarized, but still they are not have gone through the depth of protocols or something where they can actually utilizing those protocols into a stack. So that might be a challenge. Then big data is again little complex to understand. It is more for computer science people, we can say. Uh, Another problem is like organizational structure. So they are not clear at which level they wish to apply this digital transformation technology or services. Then lack of overall digitization strategy, and the most important is limited budget. They have a very limited budget to to work on this. This is a beautiful picture, actually, right? Which says that what keeps IT leaders up at night, and the most important is 55% people is focusing on smart security. Because when you work remotely, smart security, in fact, nowadays in COVID 19 also, when people started work from home, uh, it's major challenge for every company or every organization to make sure that that data is secured, right? Otherwise it's always a threaten for them that data loss, or data may be transferred to some other party, so it's always a problem for them. uh, 52% having not enough resources to integrate new technology solutions, 44% lack of budget to match the needs, 37% of educating employees about new technology, 37.5% again hiring the right talent for the digital transformation. Again, 37.5% for IT support team is overburdened, 26% falling behind the missing opportunities buried in the large volume of untapped data, and 11% people say lack of clear ROI. So 43% of IT leaders believe that their budget for new technology solutions will increase in 2019. But in 2020, still we are facing the same challenge that increasing the budget is a problem, because here you have to invest on right talent who understand the technology very well and who can implement and derive your solution, and that's how we are getting the opportunity in the market. So top five solutions to IT leaders anticipate investing in during 2019. This is a survey. One is artificial intelligence and machine learning, data analytics, cloud, mobility, and IoT. So these are the very top five areas where you can always start working and design your own products. Who is pushing this digital transformation initiatives? So 35% IT people, 33% corporate management, 19% business, 10% operations, 1% sales, and 1% human resource. Right? So these are the people who are continuously pushing digital transformation initiatives into various sectors. Uh, Quick note about from where I belong. I work for Silver Touch. It's the NSA listed company, and we are having 25. We are established in 1992, so we have across 27 years of wide experience in IT, IoT, and digital transformation is one of the key leading services what we provide. We have 2,000 plus highly skilled professionals working. We work on large scale government projects basically. That's our specialty. We are CMMA level 5. That's the highest level of maturity index we have achieved. ISO level achieved all the ISO and 25 plus countries serving and more than 4,000 plus projects delivered. Yes, so RPA, we are already having Center of Excellence with the RPA, and we promote people, everyone to be a part of RPA, whether they use not only automation anywhere, but they are comfortable with UiPath or any other tool. But yes, RPA is very booming in the market right now, right? So these are the couple of programs what we do across India to make people understand on AI, ML, IoT, or robotics or Python, and make them real understanding and working and motivating them to work on various sectors. We offer virtual internships as well nowadays due to COVID-19. We invited a couple of good universities to be a part of it. Last but not the least, that we have a global presence within India. We have 8 offices, and we have presence in North America, UK, and France as well. And that's all from my end. I would like to make it session for open for question and answer. Right. Thank you all once again for listening me, and I hope I have served something, get back to the society, in which areas you can work, and if any query, we are always there to help you and guide you. I
Thank you
hope
so much, sir.
everyone has enjoyed the session, and I decided to make it by 1 hour time, so I get it done. And now I'm open for question answers if anybody wants to ask me. One from Dr. Rao sir: what does digital transformation really mean for today's business leader? So I already discussed with initially we have to identify the sector, actually in which sector you would like to contribute, right? Because digital transformation is a huge word, right? As I discussed, right? So we have to identify in which sector you would like to contribute, whether it's a manufacturing, whether it's a retail segment, or whether it's education industry. So based on that, and then I always tell people that derive a solution which is a problem, right, or which takes a much time for you. So based on that, make it a problem statement and try to make it some sort of automation, right? It can be done with the help of RPA, or it can be done with the help of IoT, and then we can engage AI ML over there. And last but not in the least, we can, if the system is very huge, then we can involve a big data over there. So I hope so today's business is being a business leader. I talk on I represent Silver Touch across globe, and I meet various people every day, and big industries as well. And I think what I understood from the market is that people are very much keen to implement these technologies, and they would like to make their work automation as much as they can, right? So I hope I have served your answer as well. Next is Abhishek Anand. It is fine that country is in need of digital transformation, but my question is that, do you think in the era our digital data are highly secure and can't be accessible by others? Abhishek, you are HR manager, and of course you are talking on data and security. So in my previous presentation, the last presentation, I have seen that people are worried on security basically, right? So that's the concern basically for everyone. Let me show you, and that's the highest number of percentage what we are talking. Cyber security is a major challenge for everyone. 55.56% talk on cyber security and the data, because if the data is not secure and safe, it would be a challenge for them. So so many companies have nowadays hired threat analyzers who are already CCNA, CCNP kind of certification they have done, and they can easily identify what kind of security, or what kind of we can put over there certain restrictions. So at least we can put certain boundaries on our data, and we can make sure that yes, our data is safe and within these walls. So I hope I have served your answer as well. But yes, of course, your question is very genuine. Everybody is concerned on the data, and that's the major problem. Working from home is again a challenge for IT sectors as well, because still they are not much prepared on this side. Uh, how to reach uneducated rural people? Okay, so one of the example I would like to give is basically, I work in IoT segment for smart farming solutions, right? So uh, as it's a challenge. It's a challenge because they are understanding only their local language, and so we take a initiative in implementation of couple of states, right, where we have designed the smart farming products, and it's a government. When we try to explain them this product, they are not comfortable, or they say no, we don't want to use it. So it's a challenge to convince everyone to use your product or services, whether it's your product or government supports them. But sometimes it's they are hesitating to use their products, and they are more worried on security as well. So they say that no, are we safe by using this product or not? So it's very challenging for them, and we reach to them through various channels we have actually, right? So we have on-field people as well, and we identify the industry first, and that's different verticals we have. So we identify the industry first, and then we design the product solution. We take their feedback surveys first, and then we start working our own product or service. So rural people, of course, it's very challenging for us as well to get them convinced. Can a small organization borrow the cost of digital? Yes, Kamal, of course, small organization, maybe it's a less than 100, less than 50 employees. Still, if they wish, they can at least start working with RPA, because RPA is not that heavy cost, heavy costing basically involved in that. In fact, you can design your own chatbots, or you can design your own IQ bots, and you can implement those services for you. So that would be very easy for you, that you can implement digital transformation for small organization as well, or if it's a big organization, game of big. So look, if we talk about big organization, let's say 1,000 people or 5,000 people are working for organization. Of course, for them also it's a challenge, that how to implement digital transformation within organization, because as I said in my presentation, people are not accepting this change so fast. So that's the major barrier what we are facing. Company is ready to spend a huge budget, they want to make the process automized, but still employees are always feeling that whether my job is secured, whether they relieve me from this task, and what sort of other task I have to do. So they are we have to convince them, or it's a manager's responsibility or the director's responsibility to convince them to adopt the new technology. But believe me, once they, because I work closely with digital transformation implementation phase. So once they implement it, down the line, 3 months, they feel fantastic, that because looking at the results, accuracy, speed, they are impressed. They think that, oh, this is amazing. We cannot do this. So that's the confidence that, when we implement the entire end-to-end, any solution, whether it's IoT or only RPA, or any solution where we implement, so people are very impressed, whether it's a junior level staff or whether it's a senior level staff. Everybody is impressed that yes, this is the thing what we are really looking since so long. uh, Dr. Saranya, okay sir, how post COVID digital technology will work in the field of banking and education sector? Uh, I was discussing yesterday with one of my management person, and he's also looking this as opportunity, because banking is again, people are afraid of going to bank, because lot many people, it's a crowded place. Same with the education sector. So in education, very easily we can say that the digital classrooms will take place, and 50%, at least 50%, and 50%, they are focusing on classroom training. But yes, they focus on group wise programs. That's nowadays will take a place. That's what our belief is. The specific group will learn specific technology, another group will learn another module. So kind of, we can do post COVID, this kind of scenarios will happen. And in the banking sector, they will try to do majority of the things online as much. Even couple of banks, I don't want to disclose the names, but yes, couple of banks nowadays already started that you don't have to go to bank. Even and net banking is already successful in the market. Even for bank opening account, you don't have to go to the bank. So a couple of services they are offering nowadays. But yes, some services, they have limitations as well. But it will definitely improve. I can see that by 2022, a lot of improvements in these areas as well. Pallavi, sir, what is your opinion about antivirus apps? Pallavi, sorry, but antivirus is completely different security related thing. I never got a chance to work more on antivirus and how they take place. It's a kind of software for me. So personally, I never involved in this scenario basically of antivirus. Satya Prakash, can cloud be a good platform digital transformation began? Yes, Satya Prakash, I definitely. So, cloud can be the best platform because each organization, whether they are small or whether they are big, people have already putting their data on cloud, and that's how they are accessing it on remotely. So it's very easy for them to get the data, and it's secure as well. So and you are spending a less amount. It's not heavy amount as well. But it's maybe a subscription base, or maybe you use it as per your hourly base. So it's up to you how you use it. But yes, so cloud can be a good platform. In fact, in my presentation, you can see over here what I'm showcasing. So cloud is standing number 3 in 2019 surveys. So people have already preferred cloud as a good, digital transformation move, right? So uh, Rahul Roy, is there any internship opportunity? Oh, Rahul, of course, anytime we are always there to help people for internships as well. Currently, we have one group from BITS Pilani who are already doing their internship with us. So, of course, you can apply on our website, and you can reach to us for internship as well. Anything else? I think I have answered all questions. Oh,
So one more question
okay.
from Dr. Shubham Goswami side. How the blockchains can help in data security?
Uh, so that is how, let me show you that so that it can be easily connected. Yes, so in blockchain, basically, nowadays people have already started working in smart contracts, right? And what you are talking is basically for payments and remittance, right? So it's useful, basically it's useful, and I suggest that couple of smart contracts you can generate it for that, and you can design your own rules and regulations how to operate it. But yes, I suggest your question is valid, and my answer is yes, we can definitely do it by getting our own smart contracts. That's what we can do.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.